What is up, everybody? Sunny here, back again with another MyNBA2k18 video. Today what we're going to talk about is King of the Court. I'm just going to give you some tips in which you could win pretty much every time, and I don't mean just win, but like get the +2 or the double points just about every time without having to think about looking at the stats, looking at the offense, the defense, the playmaking, and rebounding. Sometimes if you've played this game long enough, you'll have to, look at the stats in this game just to make sure that you're going to win. But I'm going to give you some tips on what I use to help me get through the matches really fast, get the +2s or the double points just about every single time. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to check out my cards. King of the Court, it's 15 cards. So some people, you could put in your top 15 cards. As you see, I got pretty decent cards. I have a star card, Andrew Wiggins foil. I got a couple elite pros, a ton of epic prime pros, a ton of foil elites, a bunch of different levels, pretty high cards. I mean, not obviously the best cards in the game, but still pretty solid. Now, moving on over to the lineup that I use for the King of the Court, you will see it is not even close to the deck that I actually have. What I recommend, or what I do, is use a deck in which all of the cards are pretty much the exact same level, and they're all foil cards. Now, in some cases, that obviously might be a little hard to do. That's why I use the ultra rare, or even if you can use it from the rare, just start saving up those foil cards. And the reason that is because the AI will give the exact same card that they have. Like if you have 15 ultra rare cards, they're going to put up 15 ultra rare cards at the same level. But the difference is that they don't use foil cards and they don't use supercharged cards. They just use regular cards. So if you have all foil cards, right off the bat, all of the cards are going to be better than the AI. Now in my deck, I didn't have 15 complete ultra rare foil cards. So what I did have, though, I did have a ultra rare foil pro card. And then I also have a bunch of ultra rare, or a bunch of pro foil cards. So I had to use cards that weren't all the same, and that is okay, at least if they're one level up. That is fine, because two of your cards, your two worst cards, have to be able to beat your best card. So for example, the two worst cards in my deck, are just regular ultra rare foils. They have to be able to beat, your best card, which in this case is an ultra rare pro card. Since the AI takes exactly what you have, they're going to have in their deck an ultra rare pro card. And so worst case scenario, if you have two cards at the very end, the very last level, you have to be able to beat that card with your two worst cards. Now let's just jump into an example. As you see, I have my 6 cards at the very bottom. The first level for them, they have 4 ultra rare cards, and then they have that 1 rare pro card. Like I said, I have a rare pro in my 15 card, so they're going to have one as well. And so if you look at the stats on my 6 cards there at the bottom compared to their 5 cards on the first level, it doesn't even compare. All of my cards are foil. All of their cards are not. And so instead of sitting there trying to look at your stats, which cards are going to be better than the other cards, the foil cards are significantly better than the regular cards at that same level or at that same tier. So you can almost just pick just about any single card and just pick one of the people you play. You don't have to look at every single stat. Now, there are some regular cards, like some historic regular cards, that do have one specific stat that is higher than some of your foil cards. Like it might have an offense that's really high, or it might have a defense that's really high. As long as you can pay attention to those and just notice which ones those are, I mean, you should be good. Like example, I'm going to pick this one down here. I mean, 191 offense, 180 defense, 165 rebounding, 171 playmaking. I mean, it's not even close to the double player or the ×2 person that I'm going against. So, I mean, it's not even a competition. It's not even a match. You really don't even have to sit there and look at him. Like I said, some of the cards are going to be better in one specific stat, but overall, the card's not even close. The second reason why I would use foil cards is because every time the foil card ability activates, it activates for your entire team. So the last match that I just did, you saw that the ability activated. Well, when that ability activated, it gave me +8, I think, to rebounding for every single person remaining in my lineup. So again, as you're going through these, if you increase your ability for those players and they activate more in the games, that's even going to make your team even more OP than the people that you're playing against. So, just to finish this out, like you see, man, as we're going through these are just pretty simple. All you pretty much now have to worry about is when those ×2 are coming up. And this is one perfect example. This is a historic player, Tony Allen. I think Tony Allen, but his defense, 191, is significantly higher than all other regular rare or ultra rare cards. And so you just have to pay attention to what that specific stat on some of the historic players are. You compare him to this one right here, even though that his 191 is the same defense, all the other stats are way better in every other category, so it's not going to be a problem. Same with these Throwback Thursday cards. These Throwback Thursdays are high just like the foil cards. So the Throwback Thursdays, if you have any of those are significantly higher than regular cards. Finishing out on the last one, I mean, we only got 2 of the ×2 in this particular round, which is unfortunate. But like I said, I mean, this just shows you that if you use all foil cards around the same level, they're going to be completely overpowered. Now, third thing you might think, well, what about your deck level? I mean, you have ultra rare cards, so what about when you go to the draft board? Well, going to the draft board, apparently, it still picks it from your top 5. So your deck level for your 5-card deck, I put in my 5-card deck has my best 5 players. So right now I am an Ultra ++, and so, or Elite ++. And so even though my 5-card deck is Elite ++, that is the deck that it uses for my draft board. So even though that my 15 card that I use in this is only ultra rare, I still get to pick from the draft board of the Elite ++, which is awesome. I have honestly never pulled an Elite. I've had Elite ++ for, I don't know, I guess 2 or 3 weeks now, and I still have never pulled an Elite, besides for the initial Elite that you get when you increase your deck level. Besides for that one, I've never pulled an Elite. I've pulled tons of ultra rares, and even in this round, or even in this King of the Court, I've still pulled an ultra rare, or Epic Prime. I mean, I've still pulled an Epic Prime using that ultra rare deck, and so at least I know that it's working. At least I know I can still pull Epic Primes, which I've always pulled. Still never an Elite, but anyway, that is the best way that I think you should do it, man. That's the best way. Use those lower card foils, save them up. If you can pro them, that's even better. If you can get 15 cards of rare pro foils, that would be absolutely awesome. And again, just checking out the stats between these two, the foils and the regulars, again, it's not even close. Hopefully you can get the games, though, that give you the ×2. When you get those, I mean, that definitely helps. The first one, we got one. The second one, we were able to get one too, so even better. It definitely helps when you can get those ×2, but at least now you don't have to worry about the stats. You don't have to look at them that close. If you have all foil cards, because the AI doesn't use all foil, so it definitely helps to get through these super quick without having to look at the stats. But anyway, that is going to do it for the video, man. I hoped it helped you. I hope it gave you some tips. Start saving some of these foil cards, these lower level foil cards, because they can come in handy when it comes to some of these events. But hope it helped you. If it did, be sure to hit that like button, and I'll check you out in the next video. I am out. Peace.